movement on the way now. Idel, Vertec, Homewood Technical, prominent quite early. Mona on the outside there, on their inside, that's Bustamante. Idel, ranging up already.
Yeah, man, get up there, Idel.
They've got Very Technical.
Very technical up there.
And they've covered Bustamante.
Then you have Bustamante.
Leg of this 4x400 meters.
4x4.
Open.
Open for girls.
For the girls. Into the home stretch for the first time.
Into the home stretch for the first time. Very technical and Idel. This is the girl 4x4. Anova, Idel, Very technical. Then come Mona I. Idel. Everybody cut over in lane 1 now. Idel up front. This gap is open up. They turn around the bend now, coming into the straight. Idel up there. The pace is way back, very technical. But St. Mary I, but Idel up there. Followed through back by ahead of Idel. At button passing over. 2 laps to go. Idel and it's Idel and Ver. It's a buckle royal up front between Idel and Ver. Who's going to take this one? Trying to get closer, Idel. Very technical as they come around the bend and into the straight. Idel, Ver from Idel. Idel take over now from Ver. It's going to be a buckle finish down the stretch. Idel, a massive pass over now. Very technical, Idel. Omu technical left back in third. Idel out in front. As they thunder down the back stretch into the 4x4, Idel out in front from Very Technical. The record is 3 minutes 37.5 set by Very Technical. Idel out in front. As they come on now into the final, Idel out in front. What a massive performance. Into the last, but they won't bother stop. Idel win the first heats of the girls 4x4. 4x4. And Omud finished third. So Idel gets that first heats for the girl 4x4. Looking at nothing. That is very good for Idel. Look back on the replay again. What a massive performance for girls championships this year. Might be. Idel are just showing you back some replay. That is the last hands over back.
So what if Heidel led at 200 meters, but when they reach to the straight, they're 5 yards behind. They still can't overtake it.
They have the outgoing athletes have to remain in the position of their place by the officials.
So they
Heidel has had some issues with disqualifications in the 4x4 in the past
Because of that.
because of that. In 2019, I think it was it 2019 in Puerto I can ask Corey Bennett, but yeah, they've had issues with the
So they changed afterwards.
yeah, and it kind of just need to stay in your place. And then having received the baton, then you can safely get to the one.
Don't bother.
I don't see a lot of athletes running with the captain's armband. Is that a Heidel thing?
Heidel, yes. I've only seen Heidel with the captain band. Few years now.
Daryl White being very cerebral about it, thinking it through, knows that winning is all she needs to do, and so she just relaxes. No extra points for running extra fast at this point level. Get to the final as easily as you can.
And they're the favorites to win.
Well, I think when you
One on the technical 347.77 and
Don't
St.
stop
Mary
now.
High in fourth,
Don't stop.
358.13. So that's the first heat.
That is the first heat of the girl 4x4.
I believe it's the top three.
Jago High in fourth,
Next
Edwin
lineup.
Allen in
This is
fifth,
in-
Queen's
next
School in
lineup.
sixth, and Port Antonio High in
Next lineup for the
seventh.
girls 4x4.
So,
This is the second heat.
Elmer Harris, Oliver Harris, he's one of the best high school statisticians for boys and girls champs. His question is, did the officials place the athletes correctly at the outgoing runners?
Okay.
And I would say my vote is yes, because they're officials that's their job. And every day, it's a little different when you talk about when athletes, when the spectators are in the stands. Picture champs Saturday.
And everybody making
No,
noise.
and it's you're under the lights. And
You guys are the second heat this for the girls 4x4.
So I guess we're about to get started, so we'll talk about it after.
Second semi-final for the girls 4x4. The final of this event will be the penultimate race on Saturday's last day. This final is set for 1:10 come Saturday. First leg then. St. Elizabeth Technical, Excelsior, St. Jago, Edwin Allen, the Queen's School, and Port Antonio. Up front already. Edwin Allen showing up, quite conspicuous. They have company through St. Jago. And on the outside, trying to form the sandwich, the Queen's School into the home stretch for the first time. St. Jago, Edwin Allen, the Queens, Excelsior.
Ashley,
Steps left back, just a bit, on the first handover. St. Jago now. Just increasing the tempo. John Reed, a seasoned campaigner now.
Yeah, when did she grow up though? I can still picture in class 4 under the 200 meter sweat. So.
It's a sign of how the times are moving rapidly, Bruce. Quite right, you remember her in class 4 and the class 3 as well. And you hear some of the names being called and you hear outgoing seniors. So, wow.
I'm going to say again, I'm really surprised to see some of the caliber of athletes who are running in the heats of some of these races, because I would have thought that Jago could have found 4 girls who would definitely get them to qualify.
Wouldn't that come down to the numbers again?
It's a number, I agree with the number, but Jago is so dominant in this race that do they really need to put like a Joanne Reed out there? Well, yeah, they just don't have the numbers.
But look at stakes. This is our way behind the one central champ, so it's very important to have 2 very good 400 runners in the heats to ensure that you qualify for the final.
Yeah.
Steps that have been at Western Champs. Back up front we go for St. Jago. Edwin Allen seeing the danger up front. Tries to draw closer now. Then behind them we've got the Queens.
Yeah, so Edwin Allen moving out to lane 2 so that she can make the handover. That's one of the nice things about leading, and there's a strategy in the 4x4 where you say, you know what, let's just get to the lead so we can run the shortest distance.
Final leg now.
And Spencer, you probably observed as well, and I know you like to watch split times, that St. Jago is running way faster than Heidel was at this point.
So, St. Jago well poised. Edwin Allen in automatic qualifying position at the moment. Look at that gap between St. Jago and Edwin Allen. Confident performance by St. Jago. Off the top end before the final time. Into the home straight.
The record is 3:30, would have just been finished there.
St. Jago in a comfort zone for sure. Edwin Allen seals second.
So 3:41 plus would be her time. Edwin Allen also under 3:44. Heidel won in 3:44.56 in Heat 1. So I would say, Sharon, though, that it was clear that Gabrielle White on the ankle leg for Heidel had a lot in reserve.
Yes, she really looked good. She was very comfortable. But I'm very much concerned with Steph in this heat. They finished at the back. I was expecting a little more from them being top three. They look good at the Western Relays, but as you said, you have to ensure that you have
The
Western
legs.
Championships. Sorry. So you have to ensure that you have two solid 400 brothers in the 4x4 in the heats to make it to the final.
You know, Neville, I've seen Sharon Simpson run a 4x4, you know, and you would think that she's a solid 400-meter runner, you know. She goes out there with no fear.
I mean, you cannot have any fear. It's a 400 meters. You have to go and run.
Are in 5. Port Antonio in
You don't know, guys, this are the boy them now.
St. Elizabeth Technical in 8. So full slate for this one, Bruce.
Yeah, guys, you don't sorry about that a while ago. You don't know, guys, this are the boy them 4x4 now. You see me?
Athletes are. So you see the kind of extra distance that they were forced to run by. So that's the red and white line we talk about, viewers.
You know, you kind of don't want to belabor the point, but I'm still wondering why it happened, truth be told.
Well, you can ask her. I'm not asking anymore. Why you did that? Yeah.
Bruce, not you.
No.
Maybe I just walked down the track and say, come here.
You did that, right? Why?
So again, Bustamante High, St. Andrew Technical High, Homewood Technical High, Jamaica College, Calabar High. And we're not seeing Port Antonio, we're not seeing Herbert Morrison, and St. Elizabeth Technical is on the outside.
So these boys want to run faster than 3 minutes 20 seconds.
Yep. And as they normally say, I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time, Spencer, they're under the starter's orders.
Is that a horse racing term though? I don't know.
I know I used to hear it from commentators.
Yeah, people like Patrick Anderson who love horse racing, so he would use that term.
The set position now, and here we go. First, the semi-final for the boys. This mile relay. Bustamante, St. Andrew Technical, Homewood, Jamaica College, Calabar, Port Antonio, St. Elizabeth Technical in there as well. Jamaica College. And the Stets, Calabar, shows up early as well. Homewood Technical, poised behind them. So JC, Calabar, Stets, Homewood Technical takes them into the first handover. JC from Calabar, Homewood Technical goes in serious pursuit now. Followed through by St. Andrew Technical. Bustamante finding the early goings just a bit too hot to handle. Zidane Brown is on this leg now, seasoned campaigner for Jamaica College. From Glenmuir to Garvey Maceo to 189 Old Hope Road now. Representing the Dark Blues. JC comfortably ahead. Calabar still in business. Homewood Technical still in there with a shout. And the St. Elizabeth Technical. Very good leg by Zidane Brown for JC. Calabar, Homewood Technical still in with a shout. Still wants to raise a ruckus from this stage. Stets lying in fourth. JC look comfortable in the ascendancy. Calabar is also well poised to land the blow. Homewood Technical nibbling at the heels of Calabar, and the Stets having a bit of catching up to do at this stage.
I wonder, Sharon, if Stets rolled the dice and decided to send weaker teams out there, hoping to get to the finals and then bring in the big teams. And if so, that plan may be backfiring.
They're gaining ground here in the boys section, so hopefully they'll just try to make it into the top 3.
This is the glory leg now. Jamaica College. Homewood Technical creeps just ahead of Calabar. This finish could be fascinating. St. Elizabeth Technical still have a gap to make up. That deficit looks ominous for them at the moment. Jamaica College looks like they have something in reserve. Calabar as well. Homewood Technical as well.
Jeremy Benbridge of
Benbridge
Calabar.
up there for Calabar. This could be a heck of a finish. JC, Homewood Technical comes calling now on the outside. Calabar trying to reel them in as well.
No.
Into the home stretch. JC, Homewood, Calabar. That's the order. They will come back to the finish line in.
Well, let me tell you, 312. That's running, Sharon. I said they only needed to break 320 to be comfortable, but zooming in at 312. I'm concerned, Spencer. You were calling the race. You probably saw Jeremy Benbridge of Calabar seem to pull up with 100 meters to go. Did he just say, you know what, we'll go to the finals? Or did he feel some kind of niggle? He ran the 4 hurdles earlier today.
My thinking is that he saw that he was in the top 3, so he just eased back and just said, you know what, I'm in the top 3, we're good.
And I certainly hope so for the sake of the races, because you know we want the best athletes to compete at their very best. But it was a very awkward reaction. He almost seemed to raise his hands as if to say, should I continue? So he's looking good now, striding very comfortably in lane 2. That's Benbridge of Calabar in green and black. And Spencer, you were spot on when you said that JC had a lot in reserve, and he was just biding his time and would lift well in the home straight. He kind of allowed them to come back to him. But let's look at Benbridge in 3rd place at this point. He's entering the home straight, and he just doesn't go for it. You're going to see him kind of, look down at his
grimace on the face, yes.
So not quite sure how to interpret that, but we will see. One of the things about track and field is time does reveal.
Jamaica College team looks very good.